Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome to a new series called the Alberta Tempests, and it's in NHL 25 franchise mode. Just for a little context, I had planned to get back on and record a new episode for the Scarlet Spartans, but it had turned out the file was gone. So I'm going to try to kind of recreate what we had. Um, Starting with a new team, there is almost the exact same everything as last time, except now there's 48 teams. We just won't be playing the Spartans. We will be playing as the Alberta Tempests. Same kind of strategy. Gonna offer all of these guys in free agency contracts. Hopefully, we get a lot of them. Um, that way, we can put them in the minors. They develop hopefully kind of well, and then they can be used as either assets we keep or assets we trade. Yeah, I really don't want to pay that much for Chara. Especially since I know we're gonna be a bad team. So I did lose all of the whole save for the Scarlet Spartans. I reached out to a couple other NHL 25 creators, and they say that sometimes other saves can overwrite it, or it just doesn't save properly. Um, so yeah, I definitely was a little upset about that, but we do have this new one, so I'm hoping that we get a good start on this, and hopefully that we can, like I said, recreate something because I still wanted to see how some of those players developed and turned out. Um, I will say our team was like really stacked, so maybe I'll try to watch like how many players of my own I grab. I don't want to take too many. I also do want to try to use some real players. I know I use like Maverick Bork, great center playmaker, for what we had him for. Okay, oh, this glitch again. Okay, back out, go back in. They're not showing up for some reason. Okay. Hmm. Goalies, I don't think there's anything here. No, nothing. Alright. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, it's still a bunch of the roster players. Yeah. So again, I'm probably still gonna go for like our core three that we had last time, which was Oryx, Zivu, and Savathun. I'll probably won't get Air Moon this time. We'll try to find somebody else we can use in the bottom down there, and hopefully she can be a really good player for somebody else. Adam Stolars. Okay. Alright, like I said, there's 48 teams, so that's what's expected to go in the first round. Um, just we'll need to clear up some contract space so we can make sure that those guys can come in. So we'll go to overall, just try to get rid of a lot of the higher overall guys that we're not expecting to keep. 'Cause these guys are just getting replaced by better players at the moment. And if we throw in a 7th rounder here, we should be able to make some type of package here. This 4th? Too many players, okay. Value-wise, it looks like it should go through. Okay, and they take that. We got a 4th. Alright. Bunch of guys who weren't planning on using. A 7th for a 4th, I'll take that. Try not to get rid of defensemen. Probably just a couple forwards. And that should be tons of spaces. Draft picks. Can we get like a 2nd? Probably. Still gonna try though. Okay, now. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll have to add a 6th. I don't really want a 7th then. Can we get like a 5th? Oh, it's like moving up? Alright, cool. Got rid of some players that we weren't planning on using. And made our roster look better on paper. So, go with that. Alright, we'll advance a couple days here to see if we get those players. Fingers crossed we do. We'll be hands off this season just to gain the management morale. Plus, again, I don't really want to boost anything to our team. No trades. Again, if I want to make a trade, if you guys want to let me know the trades down to make, again, feel free in the comments, or if you guys think some line changes, again, feel free to leave a comment and we can try to figure those out. Okay, nice, we got him. Got him as well, nice. Let's go. Nice. Alright, so we did get all 3 of those franchise potential players. They're not guaranteed to stay franchise potential. I think one of them's like 25 already, and he's like not the greatest overall, so don't really need any of these high overall guys here. Really just want low overall. Like, particularly as low as possible. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, so that guy at the top gets it down. Alright, best lines. Alright, yeah. I think I don't know if there's anything else really that I think we need to do. I think we're just good to start the season. Again, don't really have assets that I want to trade at the deadline, so we'll just go right to the end of the season. That's not. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, forgot we promised him he'll be on the first line. He's not gonna like that. He's not gonna be. Well, he will be, just not in the NHL. The playoffs in real life have been going really well. Hopefully, a lot of you guys have been keeping up with them. If your team is still in the playoffs, let me know in the comments down below what your team is. And I'm a Leafs fan, so I am cheering for the Leafs. I'm also an Oilers fan, so also want the Oilers. I think my perfect Cup final would be Leafs versus Oilers. All right, 6-0, 7-0 here. Sorry, 0-7. Again, we're planning to do bad. Hopefully, get a good pick. Shout out to the I think it's the New York Islanders who got the first overall pick. They had like a 3.5% chance. Okay, we are now 0-17. Yeah. Yeah. Also, looking forward to the Canada Worlds team. I think they could have a really good line with McKinnon, Crosby, and Celebrini on one line. I can't believe Connor Bedard turned that down. I personally think that's going to be something he regrets or a mistake. Even though it's a contract year, he's getting the opportunity to play with some of the best players in the world. It's not like Chicago's really doing him any favors right now either. I know I think he said something about focusing on his speed or something the offseason, but I don't think working with them for a couple of weeks he would learn some tips. But I guess it's not really up to me if he goes or not. But just, I think he'll look back on it later in life and just be like, I could have done that opportunity. We did get our first win. I didn't even realize that. Um, Let me know in the comments down below who we got our first win against. I did not see that. I was kind of busy yapping. We're now 141-0. We're definitely looking like first pick contenders. And we get another win against the Toronto Overlords. I also think that Toronto or somewhere close should get a second hockey team. There's no reason that Florida gets two and New York gets two. And if they were smart, they would make the tickets kind of, I wouldn't say cheap, but I would say right now they're overpricing a lot of their tickets. If they made it less expensive, they would see a lot more real fans in the stands. That's why a lot of like Leaf fans go to away games because it's just so expensive. Nice, we got another win. We have 4 wins on the season. We are now 462-0. Let's figure there's okay, yeah, we don't need anything from the trade deadline. Keep simming. There we go. Any big trades made? Okay, the Sharks. They trade for O'Reilly and Warner. They give away Gremlin. Okay. Definitely getting younger there with Sam O'Reilly. Buffalo gets Jake Wallman from the Sharks, and they get our lenders, who was our goaltender in our last series, who's an elite goaltender. That with Askarov is, I mean, Askarov? It's going to be a deadly combination. Kind of. I'm going to check what the Sharks lineup, I think, looks like at the end of the season. We'll see if they put some of their new guys in or what kind of lines they are rolling with. Okay, end of March. All right, we are 475-1. 477-1. All right, Sharks. You know what? Let's see what the Sharks look like before we play them. Um, okay, Eklund, Celebrini, Toffoli. Okay. I thought he would have Smith up there, but Sutherland, Luke Kunin, Will Smith, then Costin. Okay. Um, Not bad. I like spectacular. Okay. Yeah, I can understand where their weaknesses are at the moment. And Askarov is the number one at the moment over Vanacek. Alright. So, alright. Well, not bad. Let's just sum up these last two games here. Okay, and we lose both. Alright, one more day. There we go. Season's over. Nice. And our AHL team did make it, so I'm quite happy with that. Right. Let's sim up to the draft. Who will win the Stanley Cup this year? Leave a comment down below who you think will leave a Stanley Cup in real life and in the simulation here. Okay, our teammate to the second round, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Central. Excuse my cough. Okay, and the Toronto Maple Leafs win the cup. Wow. Okay. Um, Crazy finish. Can't even check their lines. I forgot to check stats. Okay. We'll see which teams made the playoffs. Alright, so we got Vancouver with the Presidents, Tampa Bay, the Oilers, Panthers, the Leafs, Colorado, Vegas, Carolina, the Senators, the Jets, Predators? What? Okay, New York Rangers, Halifax Raiders, Seattle Krakens? What? Okay, the Detroit Red Wings, and the Boston Bruins. So Boston didn't beat. Did Boston play the Leafs? Have to check that. Stanley Cup goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the President's Trophy goes to Vancouver. Where's the other trophies? It's not. There we go. All right, and Mauricio Wilm will win the Art Ross. He'll also win the Hart. Quinn Hughes with the Norris. Kucherov with the Lady Bing. Calder is also Mauricio Wilm. Conn Smythe is Matthews. Andrew Vasilevsky with the Vesna. William Jennings goes to Demko. One of our guys got the Bill Masterton. Let's go. Coach for the Jack Adams. Selke goes to Barkov. Ted Lindsay goes to Mauricio Wilm. And the Maurice Richard also goes to Mauricio Wilm. Wow. Okay. Playoff bracket. Wow, okay. Toronto beat the Rangers in 7. Then to beat Halifax. And then to beat Carolina. And then Vegas? What an absolute run. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, like down below, and don't forget to subscribe. All the support is appreciated, and we did get the second overall pick there. And next episode we'll get into the draft. Any retired players? Some I really know there. Ryan Reeves. Okay, nobody else I really know. Goaltenders, none. Okay. Uh, Retirements, goats. All right, again, have a great day, guys.